Hello, this is the captioner. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Ben Data, CEO of Food Maven and a Denver Startup Week co-founder. Denver Startup Week has always been about community. And today, it's more important than ever to show how we can come together to create opportunities out of the challenges that we face. Opportunities for every member of the community. Before we dive in, we want to say a special thank you to our 2020 Denver Startup Week sponsors who make it all possible. Thanks to our title sponsors, Downtown Denver Partnership, JP Morgan Chase, Prologis, and Xero. And our track sponsors who have made all the great content you're hearing today possible. Battery 621 and the Public Works, Capital One Cafe, Colorado Lending Source, Friday Health, Quizlet, Exactly, Zayo, and Zestful. Our headline event sponsors are bringing the excitement this week. Thank you to Wix, Kenzen, MAPR Agency, Obsidian HR, Kickstart Fund, Promontory Mortgage, Molson Coors, and Comcast. Finally, thank you to our partner and member sponsors listed on the screen. Thank you for your support at Denver Startup Week. You help make all of this possible.
At Zayo, our fiber fuels global innovation. Everything we do, everything we can imagine. Never in history has innovation happened at such a rapid pace. And all of it depends on bandwidth connectivity. Millions of miles of Zayo's fiber span the globe, traveling unique routes, providing dense metro footprints, offering next-generation solutions. We didn't just see the future of fiber, we built it. We delivered it. Every millisecond, our fiber is fueling crucial operations, breakthroughs, and innovations for the world's most impactful companies. Companies that are disrupting the status quo, igniting imaginations, revolutionizing industries, and creating brand new ones. Our customers are advancing wireless communication, transforming healthcare, changing education, revolutionizing transportation, redefining banking, powering retail, and upping the game in esports. These innovators rely on Zayo's fast, secure fiber networks to connect their offices, factories, data centers, clouds, exchanges, venues, and more, ultimately fueling innovation and transforming lives. And behind those fiber connections, Zayo is all about human connections. We take ownership in all we do. Our employees take the initiative to deliver trusted solutions to every customer and make their experience effortless. We are energetic and entrepreneurial, a partner to rely on. We are Zayo. We are working with our customers on what comes next, constantly anticipating what can be. We are fueling global innovation that is changing the world.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm John Wilker, founder of 360 Conferences, and I'm the Spotlight and Headline Events Track Chair for Denver Startup Week, and as well as part of the organizing committee. Thank you for joining us for the first ever virtual Denver Startup Week. And this session, Generation Alpha, Age is but a letter. If 2020 has taught us anything, it's that we are more powerful when we come together as a community to share ideas and help each other better ourselves. And here we are, virtually showing the world what Denver is made of. At Denver Startup Week, we strive to make all of our sessions a space where attendees can attend, learn, and grow, regardless of gender identity, gender expression, race, ability, sexual orientation, and the combination of those identities. There is something for everyone at DSW. Thank you for joining us. We just saw a video thanking our partner, our sponsor Zayo. I can't thank them enough for being such an amazing partner for this week. They're awesome to work with, as well as supporting, obviously, this track. Yev is here who's the session organizer, and will be in the chat as well to answer questions. This is a pre-recorded session. And just a PSA, the audio on this one is a little bit low. So when we start the video, just make sure to turn up your audio on your end just to make sure that you can hear. And feel free to ask questions as you watch the video. Enjoy.
Well, hello, everyone. Hello. Awesome. Everyone. Hey. Welcome. I'm Kamara, and you guys. But it's not about me, and it's about you guys. So I'm gonna have everyone introduce themselves, please, nicely, and tell me a little bit about yourself. So you got a few seconds. Don't take 20 minutes, please. Because I'll have to write a book about it. So let's. How about we start with Ronan?
I'm 9 years old and my name is Ronan. My favorite food is sushi. My favorite sport is fencing. And yep.
And your favorite sport is fencing.
Yep.
You don't eat sushi and fence at the same time, do you? Okay. How about Hana?
I was born in New Hampshire. My favorite food is cranberry sauce. Right now I live in Connecticut. I see on the screen and
But you still get to see them. That's awesome, right?
yes.
That's good. Thank you, Hana. And hello, Leo.
How we doing? Leo Gomis, originally from first language, I think, or fifth. I turned tech into tech right after I graduated. Hana and Ronan about we are working on that, and I think that will be great.
Well, I have a little bit of not Senegal, but Gambia. So
Senegal is inside. I mean, Gambia is inside Senegal, so we like
and I also came to America so that's good. Yeah. We'll get into that. I promise. We'll get back into that. Brighton, hello.
Hi. Well, my name is Brighton, and I was born in Virginia in 2005. I moved to Arkansas when I was 5 and lived there for 2 years. And then I moved to Florida, where I currently live. I have an older brother, a younger sister, 5 dogs, and a hermit crab. So as you can tell, our family is a lot, but we're super close and we're really supportive. And I just love working with kids and animals and just helping the world as a whole.
That's awesome.
Care of all of them, so it's a lot.
Dogs for a walk?
Yeah, well, we have a really big backyard, so we just let them out there and play. So.
You throw the ball, go fast, go.
Yeah.
I love it. How about? I don't want to miss anyone. Basil, how about you?
Well, my name is Basil Akhtar. I'm 13 years old. I was born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Well, I lived there for 9 years of my life. Denver, Colorado, where I currently live right now. I love to play soccer. I play 5 different sports. So soccer's my main sport. I also love to swim. I do martial arts, and I do warrior sometimes. That's a cool thing. And I think I just forgot my last sport. Just out of nowhere, I just forget.
Let's add soccer twice to that, okay?
Yeah, let's add soccer twice. I have a dog and a cat. And I love to play video games, and I love technology. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Very active. I'm not really a good swimmer, so and make me a good swimmer.
I was never a good swimmer. I was really bad at swimming.
Was you didn't say was?
I mean, before I started swimming competitively, I was horrible at it. Like, I couldn't even swim 25 yards. Like, I made it halfway, and I just stopped.
But then now you can go farther.
Yeah, I can go way further.
There you go. You got to help me. See, let's go up there to Aariv. Aariv, tell me about yourself.
So I'm in 7th grade and I'm 12 years old, and I go to Walsh Middle School in Round Rock, Texas. And I've been developing Alexa skills for the past 2 years. And I also create educational videos about Alexa, and I host to teach other kids about Alexa. Yeah, I've also spoken at a couple of conferences like Project Voice and Voice Global 2020.
Live now?
I live in Round Rock, Texas.
Round Rock, Texas. I love this. Everybody's from all over the shop and all over the place. Well, again, I'm Colorado, Denver, Colorado. It snows here when you don't expect it to snow. That's what's really good, right? Some of you would know that, and but it's good. It's a good place, good outdoorsy place, and I love soccer. But what people don't know about me, since I play professional soccer, but I am a I just ended up playing soccer, but my favorite sport is volleyball. I love everything that you guys are doing, and I love that you guys, can take some time, talk together, and so going, moving forward, your experiences that you've had. So it's open. It's not one of those where you have to put your hand up like you want to contribute into something. Please do, and that they also do that you didn't mention.
Colorado Rapids.
Colorado Rapids in Major League Soccer, and I've been playing professional soccer for 15 years. You guys are all older than 15, right? Oh, come on.
9.
Oh, so yeah, but I've played in Columbus, Boston, Houston. But it's not about me, guys. It's about you. So, but I love it. I love it. Sports really brings people together from different backgrounds and different communities, and everything. So, and which leads me to how things are going right now, in the world in general, your experience in your life, how has it shaped as a person and how things are going on in the world right now. And this is, everything, the pandemic earlier, which I'm going to let Hana start with this, being able to just see, or maybe it's, Black Lives Matter. Personally, how are things going on to you guys?
Well, I've noticed that like a lot of people lately have been stuck in the screen because many kids have been doing online school because of the risk. I've also noticed that, like, for example, my brother, his screen time has gone up by like 2 hours or something. I don't know, 1 hour. It's gone up by a lot because he just like gets so bored, and he
video games, or is the screen time one of those where maybe look on the screen?
Well, it's that type of screen time where you can like watch TV and stuff like that. So like, if somebody watched Minnie Mouse, that's what he is.
What are you doing to help them? Have you tried to tell them? Well, anyway, let me ask you: what are you doing to help them cut off that screen time?
I like to try and make him like place his like and because I just like start playing with them, but he it's
So basically, more you play with his toys, and so you can get down and also help you play. That's good.
so.
Right. What about you? What's how has Brawl's event recently? How has it changed? How has it shaped you as a person? As a young.
I mean, America is known for its, freedom and its equality, but then recently we've been seeing so many conflicts right now. And so I think that we really work together because it seems like sometimes we're just getting more and more. And I've experienced many events already. A better place to take action or a better time. Like, I really think we need to come together and support each other and the earth if we're going to try and make these big differences. Growing up in this historical time period and witnessing it firsthand has honestly made me grow as a person, and it's shown me that change is definitely needed. The pandemic was the event that influenced my company to be made, and it showed me that I can take action to help others and people's lives.
But that company then?
Sure. Well, after spending the first 2 months in quarantine, I realized that many young girls must be feeling isolated, particularly those with no siblings, and most camps and other summer activities were. So I created My Big Sister. It's a program to gives them a chance to build a relationship with someone who cares about them and can share experiences with a one-on-one dedicated basis. The service has already grown to include around 50 people, and the feedback has been very positive. So, it makes me really happy that I can make a.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you. Can I be a big brother in it?
If you really want to.
Oh, okay. I know. Brother, Yeah. Yeah. Aariv, what's your thoughts, on how everything is going? I know you've been in, like you said, giving presentation of, but right now, how things are going when we're all indoors, and you're not able to be in places. What's your thoughts right now?
I think while I'm experiencing a lot of these things, really having too much of a negative effect on me. But one thing that I feel like, at least for me, is kind of boring is the online school, because it just doesn't really bring that joy of actually like meeting with people and actually interacting with people. And it's also annoying that like I don't get to meet friends as much. And I think overall, I'm happy that it's there, but I think it could be improved. And that it would be really cool if schools could start. Then that would be really nice, because then instead of students having to type everything with Alexa, and I really enjoy learning through Alexa, like bamboo math, skills like that. And personally, I've always liked those more than like doing like essays or something. Really great. if schools found a way to incorporate voice instead of just
What would you say?
Okay. We're sorry, everyone. We're going to try streaming from a different computer because we don't want you to miss out on this great content, and it's still over half ready to go. So I'm going to share from my computer just to see if that helps, because we're thinking it might be the hardware on the other computer is just overwhelmed at the moment. So we apologize and give me 1 second.
schools found a way to incorporate voice instead of just having everything completely online.
What would you say for me, myself, as a parent, where I might feel I'm scared to use Alexa in the house because when I do, I feel like Alexa hears everything I say. And Alexa is like part of my family now. What would you say?
Well, for one thing, you can always mute Alexa. And for another thing, I noticed a lot of my friends really enjoy the fact that Alexa is kind of part of the family. Plus, I think parents would like the idea because
Last question I'll ask you. Can I name her a different name than Alexa if I already have Alexa in my family?
right now, Amazon lets you choose from Alexa, Amazon, Echo, and Computer.
Okay.
So you can't just use any name you want, but you have those 4 options.
Okay. I just
just everything that's been going on, the pandemic, the Black Lives Matter movement. And to me specifically, I started Tellusbox right after I graduated college. And I had opportunities to go play overseas, but I felt like I wanted to pursue something different. I've played basketball my whole entire career. And then I thought of other people, and I'm like, what can I create where people can just share their life stories and experience? And then this pandemic came, and it gave me time to actually stay at home quarantine, not to work on anything else, but focus on the platform. So I had enough time to develop the platform, work on it, and do all these things. I drive Uber and Lyft to actually generate the funds to finance the platform. So that's how I make my earnings. And so yeah, it's been quite a journey and a learning experience. And I definitely think that with the platform being available right in 2021, it will give people a voice to share what we went through in 2020 with the pandemic, the social injustice, everything that's going on. And just like for the kids, I want to test it out on different schools and institutions. That way kids can actually share how they feel not being at school. Like, how is that affect them not to be able to see their friends every day and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to work with HOLA kids, Hana and Ronan. They are definitely, their missions, I think, aligns with somewhat what Tellusbox trying to do. to make a positive impact in this world. And I think it'll be a great vision and idea that we're going to develop, and we're going to get it going.
Okay, good. Before I ask you about Tellusbox, so you're telling me you've been very productive with this time that we've had, people have been inside, correct? You're using the positive from this, time that we've had alone to be able to do something that will help make a change.
Yes. So with this time, just being able, I was like, okay, now we have the pandemic and everybody's going through financial difficulties. Everybody, honestly, the whole entire world. And then I was like, I don't want to focus on the negative, but I could find a solution how I can create something and maybe update my plan, my vision in terms of the pandemic, and how I'm going to be able to offer a platform for people as a whole to be able to voice during this tough time, because this is a learning experience for everybody. And I think if you take the positive out of it, it's given us enough time to stay at home and be stranded. And that time, I think anybody should use that time to actually focus on their vision, their purpose, because we all have a purpose in this life. And I was lucky enough to find it very, very early.
And tell me a little bit then about Tellusbox.
So Tellusbox came, as you're a foreigner and athlete. So we all know athletes go through difficulties that nobody really see, because people see you as like, oh, you're an athlete, you play sport, you on scholarship, you got full ride scholarship, full education, and people don't think that you have actually issues, like because you don't have school debt, like let's say school loans and stuff like that. Doesn't mean you don't struggle with anything. Like we said, maybe an image or something going on back home. So for me, being a foreigner coming from a different culture, trying to adapt to the American culture, it was hard. So I literally had to step away from basketball. I told my school, my university, that I will no longer pursue it after college. I graduated with an organizational leadership degree. And then I was like, I wanted to do something outside myself, because I felt like if I was to go overseas and play professionally, then I would focus too much on making money and trying to be the best, then not be able to focus on what I wanted to give the world and make a positive change. Because I know there's many kids like myself who, you guys are 15, 12, 10, and you'll be 15, 16 soon, or like 21, whatever the age may be, and you want to make an impact in this world. And then you have also a life story that I want all of us to share on that platform. So Tellusbox stands for tell us what's inside the box. And what's inside the box are the things that we don't like to share. We keep inside. Let's say we have issues, whether with our brothers, sisters, wife, anybody, but we don't want to share because we don't want to create something else. So we just,
So when I tell you what's inside my box, can Hana see that? Can, Brighton see that?
So this is how it's going to work. You're going to share. It's like a social media platform.
Okay.
You're going to share, but you're going to have that option to stay anonymous. And you can share just that post, whatever it is. And you're going to have that voice inserted where if you don't want to type, then you can write, you can express what you want to share, and then it will just send. And then people will be able to hear it or read it based on whatever's hurting you, or maybe something that's a good news, a great news. And I just felt like Instagram and Facebook kind of like make us portray ourselves to have a certain image, which is not necessarily what it is. So it's like I created Tellusbox to delay instant gratification. And let's talk about intangibles rather than things that we want people to see. So.
Okay. Thank you. Basil, I'm coming to you, and I know you talked about sports, lots of sports, very active, so I know how difficult it must be right now with everything going on. And how are you holding up? How can you share some of this experience?
Well, I've experienced quite a few events in my lifetime, like such as the global pandemic we're facing right now. Oh, it's my Alexa. She's kind of broken right now.
I think Aariv needs to come over and make sure that Alexa is fixed. Aariv, any assistant to that?
Yeah, he used to like come and fix my Alexa. Oh my god, I said it again.
Just try to plug her.
Yeah, sure, I will. So basically, I've experienced quite a few events, such as the global pandemic that is happening right now. Wildfires are happening on the Western Coast. The Black Lives Matter movement is pretty big. But I've been sitting online school for like 7-8 hours, five days a week, and it's really boring. And I've noticed that like some people get super frustrated, and they sometimes like express their anger to other people. So I've been thinking of an idea where like it uses AI as a technology, so like it can detect a tone of voice when you're talking over the phone or a tone of text, and if that person's feeling sad or like mad or something over the phone, I'm gonna like program it so like a cute emoji pops up. Like if you're sad, like a cute dog pops up with like a nice cheerful message, or like I don't know, emoji with a silly face.
I think Hana likes that idea. When you say that, Hana starts to smile. I like it. See, that emoji already was in her head right away. She's like, yes, emoji, smiley emoji. Go ahead.
That's meant to like make people feel a bit better. And then like if they're mad, there's like a different emoji pops up, and it's like something telling them to like I understand how you're feeling right now and blah blah blah. And there's gonna be something that also makes them smile. And I will give them like 5 seconds before they can, X out of it. And if they X out of it and they still keep arguing and like fighting with someone else, I'm gonna make sure this only works in a group chat. So if you're like having a text conversation, like fighting in a tone of voice on a group chat call or just a group chat, I'm gonna program it so the technology sends a text to everyone else in the group chat, like letting them know that these two people or this person isn't feeling super happy, or he's feeling mad, or he's feeling sad. So
in a way to give them a notice to cheer them up, maybe?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Well, that's an idea I thought during the pandemic. It's pretty cool.
No, it's good. It's good. I mean, you're trying to speak positive to everyone, and that's what we want to do. And I really appreciate the fact that you in this pandemic, and one for school, knowing it's saying it's too long in front of the computer, doing online classes and stuff like that. So you're getting maybe frustrated, and when that happens to you, you get angry. But hopefully you're not taking that out anywhere else and finding the way, whether it's emoji. I've heard somebody told me before, they say, when I actually said something was going on and they sent me a picture of a dog, a puppy. And, it's like, I send this to people whenever I feel like they're not having a good day. So exactly what you're saying, sending an emoji and kind of cheer somebody on, right?
Yeah, because I assume some kids are getting like stressed and frustrated because of online school, and like they're probably failing some classes, and they're probably getting super stressed, frustrated, and they probably are gonna take it. They're probably, I hope not, but they're gonna take it out on like people over the phone and stuff, and just to like make them smile for a bit. Good. And make them happy, just to cheer them up for a bit.
Michael Jackson said, "Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me." Okay, should I stop singing?
No,
right?
No.
Right? Telling me to stop singing. That's good. That's good. Ronan, come on now. We're up to Ronan. How are you feeling at home and during all these things that's going on at the moment? How are you feeling?
Well, many events have impacted me, and other people don't feel good about it. So the biggest events that have impacted me are coronavirus, the civil rights movement, and the economy. And some people might feel sad, depressed, angry, just like Basil said. And I have like a feeling that I need to help those people who are feeling sad, depressed, angry. And about me, I'm back in school now, but the online school I didn't like it, but so how on school worked, there was this place called Google Classroom, and I went onto it, and it showed where your teachers like post the stuff. So it was easy for me and my classmates, and we didn't have to spend much time on it because you can just write the answers down, or you can use your voice for it. And I felt really happy about that. And now the masks, the plexiglass that I'm getting, it's not fun at all. The sand sanitizer, it's not fun at all because you have to like check your temperature. I mean, you can't touch your friends, which is really sad.
Yeah, no, I'm listening to you. It's one of those where you look forward to going to school and the first thing you give your friend a big hug or a high five, right?
And then your teacher tells you off.
And you couldn't do that. Hana, do you have something to add to that?
No, I was just trying to figure out if anybody noticed if I was trying to do a virtual high five.
Oh, I saw the thumbs up.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw the thumbs up.
Right now, we gotta get used to doing air hugs and air high five, something like that.
High five. All right, everybody, retro high five. Come on, 1, 2, 3, boom. Yeah. Whoa, that's really cool. Yeah, it's. I have to be honest with you guys. Yeah, it's a bit sad that we're used to hugging. We're used to hugging. That's what as Basil was just saying, how we make other people happy, because when other people are sad, sometimes you give them a hug, right? You have them cry on your shoulder and those things. Even in sports, when somebody does well, everybody gets together and get that big group hugs, because again, as we all want to live together and be one big happy family and bring Alexa into the family too. Alexa needs hug, so it's sad then that we're not able to do that, and that's why how is that important right now for you guys, younger and kids and everybody to be talking about what's going on right now, for us all to be thinking and addressing the issues that's going on around the world, again, with technology, with, as we were just talking about, the pandemic, all these things coming in the same year, how important is this for us, as younger people, to start talking about this? Anyone can start.
Well, for example, if younger people, so some kid's 5 and he starts entrepreneurship, and some guy's 30 and he starts entrepreneurship. So the person who's 5 turns into 50, and well, can't be true, but the person who's 30 went into 50. Who would have more experience in it? The 5 to 50 or the 30 to 50? The 5 to 50. So if you start early, then we can attack more problems in the world.
I like that. I like that view of it. You have more time. That's what he's trying to say. We have more time
when we're younger
and take care of any kind of this issues. Anyone else?
I'll go. So I believe it's important for kids to start taking these world issues through entrepreneurship at an early age, because these issues won't impact the generation that are dealing with them right now, but will impact us, the future generation. So if we start thinking about these issues right now, we will be more prepared for the same issues in the future, or even new issues that pop out of nowhere that we have to deal with. So it's important for us to start taking world issues into consideration, so in the future we can live in a healthier planet.
Yeah, I really like that, the fact that the young generation actually into trying to figure out the world issues and getting into it, instead of us as parents or our parents did to us, kind of hit the truth from us, so that we don't worry about that. They have to worry about it. Whereas now we've seen technology, and I mean, Ronan and Hana know way more than I knew when I was their age when it comes to technology. Like,
me too.
you know, like you can relate to that. Like now, and so this is very important that we have younger kids really start trying to figure out the world issues at the young age, and because they are, like they said, they are the one who's going to be dealing with it when we are no longer, or we are not able to do so at a certain age. So they are definitely the future, and I love the fact that they are figuring out what they can bring to the table and contribute to this world.
Yeah, and technology is basically going to be super big around in the future, like 10, 20 years. Like the whole world is probably going to be revolving around technology. So I think it's important for us to learn technology now, because it's getting to a point where it's going to keep on growing and keep on getting stronger. And with technology, we'd be able to invent stuff that we probably can't even think of right now.
Yeah.
So I agree with my dad and like some scientists say that we'll be so much into technology in like 2030, I think, that the ocean will be so polluted that everything will be kind of like gone.
If we're too much into technology, you say?
Yeah, that's kind of.
We don't notice the stuff around us, and we're just too much into that technology. And speaking of cleaning up the ocean, in fourth grade, my science class, we are working on robots, and me and my friend made a robot that cleans up. Well, it's just a prototype. It's made out of cardboard, tape, toilet paper, and it's meant to clean up the ocean.
I mean, we don't only have to focus on technology. I mean, that's one good aspect that we should learn, so we can create a better civilization for us to live in. But we should also Ronan and Hana are right. We should also focus about the oceans, climate change, global warming. We should also focus about those issues so we can hopefully solve them, or progress on those issues in the near future.
Good. So Brighton, so when we talk about all these things, and you have my big sister, how does all these issues, ties into your initiative?
I mean, the program was based around, kids and kids talking with other kids. So, I mean, we're all going through the same thing, all ages, but, children, they really see the world for what it is, and they hear about this stuff, and, they're not like adults in the way where they see these situations in the same way. So for them to have another person to talk to about, especially another child, but, not when they're age, a little bit older, it just gives them this comfortable and safe place for them, to really be themselves and have fun. So.
Okay.
And I mean, all ages, well, you asked about like the importance of kids, to start thinking about these issues. Well, I mean, all ages are experiencing these events, and we all have ideas and solutions and should be heard. Because of the greater use in technology recently, kids are being exposed to almost everything that's going on. Our parents at our age didn't have access to information like we do. So, I mean, if a child wanted to address a world issue, they wouldn't really have anywhere to go. But nowadays, children can address these issues themselves by posting online, and their parents may not even know. I think entrepreneurship at an early age is beneficial to the child that's starting a program, to other children, and the world as a whole. Like, for example, when Greta Thunberg started her climate activism, so many children gained inspiration from that and started taking action as well. I just think it's really important to listen to all people, and Gen Z in particular has a huge opportunity with social media to create this lasting change.
Yeah, so it's good. I mean, what I'm getting from you guys, what I'm sensing is you can say technology is good, but we don't want to overuse it. We want to make sure we're using it at the right times to be able to pass on the right information and to be able to even help the world in what's going on. And not if it's not the world, but for one to help themselves too, whether you're stressed and, a lot of things are going on, you have stuff inside your box that you have to let out, through these technologies, you're able to express that. And if we also, Aariv talks about Alexa being, used at school and these things, because if the way forward, as some people are saying, this is the new normal, hopefully we can still go back to school. But if we can use some of these technologies to then improve in the way we are living our lives in a positive way, you guys agree that that's the best way to do it, but obviously not overuse it in a sense, like Hana says, where we're just so focused on technology so much that we're destroying nature, wildlife. Let's say the sea, the ocean is polluted and all that, and the wildfires that's going on, to make sure that we use them the right way. Is that what I'm sensing, guys?
Yeah.
And I would like to add, just piggyback off of what they just said and what you just said regarding the usage of technology and everything. And that advice, and that's something that I go by, that keeps me grounded and keeps me knowing that everything in this world that is good in excess is no longer good, is damaging you. So let's say if you just drink water, for example, water is good for the body. But if you just strictly drink water, gallons of water a day without eating anything else, without resting, it's not doing no good to you. So with the technology and everything that we all trying to do to impact this world and make a difference, let's just keep in mind always when we're trying to create something, and make sure we use in moderation, because if we have a lot of different things that we want to put in this world without thinking about the usage and moderating everything, like social media now, everybody's on social media. Or every day. You no longer have time with your own family. So that's something to keep in mind. And I like when I'm building this technology, this new application for kids, everybody, all age, to kind of keep that in mind as well.
I'll make sure I learn that from you too. I'll cut down on my social media use too.
Well, you might need to do that because you are like, everybody's looking at you. So you are one person that is inspiring a whole wide world.
But exactly. So how other people are looking at myself being a professional athlete, I need to make sure that I'm doing the right things, that I'm helping, people around me that does watch you and see how you're doing. So I'll ask also now, it's how has some of these things that you've learned, some of these things that you learned, how can they be, are we going to implement these things into the future? What do you think?
Okay. So if you remember the techniques and skills that you use now, you can be a more successful entrepreneur later on, like in 10 years. Because if you don't remember, you can't attack the idea from all sides. But if you do remember, it's a lot easier to complete it.
So it's like riding a bike. When you remember how to ride a bike, you always know how to ride a bike. Okay, anyone else?
Well, right now I'm currently learning machine learning with Raspberry Pi and other sensors. But what I've already learned so far is computer programming with different languages such as Python, JavaScript. C#, and I believe these stuff that I'm learning right now will help me in the future, because as I said before, the future is going to be revolving around technology and AI and stuff. So if I know these stuff, I can probably build solutions to solve world problems and make a positive impact on society.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
I agree with Basil. I think technology will definitely play a big role in the future. And so everything I'm learning about technology and voice, I think that will definitely help me. And I think, of course, everything that we're learning in school, like math and science, will help. And I think also the general skills that I'm learning, those will also be really helpful in the future. Like, for example, a few weeks ago, since I thought like a lot of kids were pretty bored at home, I started running Alexa classes where I taught other kids about how to build Alexa skills. And so through that, I learned the complete process for how to run classes. So I know how to create content, and then how to organize information for the customer, how to create forms, how to get people to join. And so if I ever need to do classes in the future, maybe not about Alexa, maybe about something else, then I'm well prepared and I know exactly what to do.
Okay. That's good. And how is that, what's the feedback from that? You know, you helping people to use this Alexa and having running these classes. How are the people reacting to that?
I think overall people are, I'm happy to say, I think they're liking it. And I think overall, I think most of the people I know, most of the kids I know, think that Alexa is really interesting because, for one thing, it's pretty new compared to like phones or computers. And also, before Alexa and Google Home and these other voice assistants, there was virtually no way to communicate with machines just using your voice. Like, I think for the past, we've been adapting to the computer, but then in the future, the computer will adapt to us instead.
Brighton, do you want to add to that?
I mean, I've learned so many skills from my program so far, and it's only been, a few months. I mean, organization, contacting people, answering questions, sending emails, time management. I mean, the list goes on. These are all like so important because when I have a job, I need to be organized and on time and good at conversing with employees and customers. I need to be independent, but also flexible with other people's needs. So not only will these all have short-term benefits, but it'll also help me in the long run.
That's good. That's good. And in the long run, obviously, it's making an impact, like Basil says, making an impact in the world, correct?
Yeah.
That's good. Hana?
I don't have much to say because everybody took my ideas.
But they didn't take your ideas. This just means you guys are all thinking the same positive thoughts.
Great minds think alike.
That's right. That's right. Great minds do think alike, and I like that. But this is good. And to me, what I'm learning from you guys, again, I'm trying to make sure that the little things that we do have now, I'm not using it too much. I'm really finding the balance into how to use these things. I'm really gonna look into Alexa. Like, I didn't look at it as the learning tool before. And that's maybe what it is, because many people are not looking at it as a learning tool, because when you do look at those things as a learning tool, you get something from them. So I really like that. And obviously with the AI, and when you think about Basil and the tone of people's voice and how that can really help, because I'll share with you, I always say, me, myself, if, I'm 6'3", an athlete, and this is what Leo will kind of relate to. When you're an athlete, you have people that has the motivational voice to get the rah, 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 the teacher soft, and then the coach that's like, come on, you can do this. but when you can have something to sense someone's voice, what anger is, what happy is, that's also really positive, because you're able to stimulate, again, it's about the minds, right? Because whichever way you can help stimulate the minds to keep the peace for everybody else, So anybody else have anything to add to, that what you've learned right now, how impactful it's going to be later on in the future? All right, then that's good, and I like that. But so we're gonna fast forward now. I want to use I think the face app came where everybody was doing their faces and make you look a little bit older. Yeah. So now we're all gonna use the face app, and we're gonna push it 20 years from now, or maybe more. Yeah, what you look like 20 years from now and more, and now you have kids. Mm-hmm. And so then I want to know, what's your vision? How do you want to see this world 20 years from now when you have kids, and your kids have to be, having these conversations? So what's your vision to the world 20 years from now?
Well, I want to see that coronavirus end. There will be lots of peace in the world, and that there's no more pollution. And so my kids don't get harmed by those experiences, like mind scars.
Okay, that's good.
My vision for the future is that the world would be completely different than it is today. Like, everything will be connected through sensors, because probably in the future, what I think is that it's going to be super advanced in technology, and that like a lot of data would be generated, and AI and robots will play a huge role in every aspect of society. So my vision of the world in the future is that it's going to be more peaceful, because hopefully we're going to be addressing all these issues such as coronavirus, global warming, climate change, Black Lives Matter, wildfires. We're going to start addressing those issues right now. So in 2040, all those issues would be solved, and we'll know how to battle them. And I hope not that new issues would be created, but what I think is that we can use our experiences with previous issues and current issues right now to solve those future issues.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm not really sure what the world will look like, but I have hope. I hope our environment will be better cared for, and that hate in general will be rare. I think there will always be improvements that can be made, so I hope my children find things they are passionate about and want to change. Overall, we just need to take action now, so in the future we'll be in a better place.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I agree with everyone. I think overall the world will be a better place by around 2035, 2040. I think there'll definitely be, for example, transportation breakthroughs you might be able to get from one country to another in just a matter of minutes. Medical sciences, some of the diseases that today we consider are very hard to cure or uncurable, those will become common diseases that everybody knows how to cure. And if a pandemic ever comes again, similar to the coronavirus, then we'll be much more prepared, and we'll also know how to stop it much quicker. And I think also the future is also in space. There's already been a few missions to Mars, and I think maybe by 2035 or 2040, regular people like you and me will be able to step foot on the red planet, which I think would be really amazing. And as for my personal vision, I hope that in the next coming decades, everybody just works together and to make a happier and healthier world.
Good. That's good. Happier and healthier world.
Yeah, I agree with everybody, but there's always one problem or two problems. It's like there's always one problem that comes up. Because, like, if we step foot on Mars, like, what if we run out of oxygen in the buildings or something like that? What, like, something will happen. There's always a little problem.
Yeah.
But so Hannah, how do you, personally, and how would you like to see the world 20?
Well, I would like it to be free, and good. No bad, no good. Like, just good. And to be reunited so that everybody would feel like there would be no violence, nothing, that they're safe and they can trust anybody.
That's awesome. We want peace and we want to be free. And I like that. Leo?
Yeah, I think I agree with all of them and their vision for the world in the near future that's coming. And of course, they are so smart to know that AI, space, and everything you can see, Amazon, that's completely different, is taking over AI and space. And Elon Musk also, as we see, we know that he's trying to make Mars livable so people can take trips there and stuff like that. I think within the next couple of years, you guys are driving the future because you are the future. And I really think that you cannot give up on your dreams because right now your dreams are innocent. There's nothing evil in your thoughts. And that's how you're going to grow up to be a leader and make a difference and find your purpose. And if you found your purpose right now, I think that's extraordinary that you guys gonna grow up and gonna give this world something that's never been done before. And I think right now the focus is do not listen to the naysayers, keep your vision alive. You only know what you want for this world, so keep doing that. And I think I will do the same, and that's my vision. Even so, this idea started with a pen, with a pencil and piece of paper. I had to draw all the screens and what I wanted a platform to be. I wanted the truth to come out, the reality. Let's not stop sharing the nice cars, the big house, the money we have. Let's start sharing about what hurt us, what made us who we are, what motivated us to become who we are, and what motivated us to have a family or give and those things like that. So I want to create a platform that will just do that. And kids can use it at school when they're at school and they have something going on, they hurt or somebody they just don't understand, they confused and they want to express, but they don't trust anybody. Then you can go on a platform and share and then hear the feedback, because people are potentially going through the same thing you are going through, and they also don't have any space to share it. So now you triggered somebody else to share and come out their box, So yeah.
That's good. That's good. Is there anything else that I missed? First, I want to actually give Hannah some credit for taking us through a journey while we're doing this. The backdrops has been amazing. I love the journey. Aariv is like, okay, let's all give her a hand. Let's all give her a hand. I love that. But that's what it is. Hopefully that's what we can all see in the future, because the future, again, is you guys and your visions. And if I was thinking the way you were thinking at this age, man, like you said, Ronan says, do you want to start something at 5, or do you, when you started at 30, who's going to gain more time into doing something? So that's amazing. And what you're doing right now, I played soccer. Yes, I went to college and I went to high school and I went through that. But like Leo just said, the naysayers, nobody can stop the vision and the dream that you guys have, and the ambition and the hunger that you have into making what you want to make, that change you want to make. The change could start with you. Don't think it's not going to. The people that we look at nowadays and say, who created Alexa, who created, BMWs or all these things, they were kids too at one point. Everybody had a vision, they had a pen and a paper and started somewhere. So you keep pushing what you're doing. At the moment, I'll share to you myself. Yes, I'm a professional soccer player, but what I want to do now is I want to, give back to more kids back in Africa, where in Sierra Leone, where to be able to go to school and, play sports. Like most of you guys like sports, but also how can they use technology? Because like you guys mentioned, it was Basil mentioned that most of you guys agree to it, that technology is going to be the future, no matter how much we look at it. It just depends on how much we want to use it, and how much and how little we want to use technology. But technology will be the future. And so I want to make sure that those kids over there too, that's not able to do this Zoom and this Skype, that one day they will have the opportunity and to be able to do it. But the floor is open right now for anyone that has, a couple last thoughts that they want to share, something that you feel like you didn't share. And so it's open to you guys.
Well, there is another problem, that there's people being homeless, and homeless is a really, not minor, but not too big. So, but even though it's not minor, not too big, we still gotta tackle that idea.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what me and Ronan are trying to do with our company. We're trying to bring hope to people that someday they're gonna be like, we have a home, we have a shelter, we have devices, we have the chance to talk to anybody. We're trying to bring hope to somebody with our company, so that they feel more, kind of like big sister. We're trying to give hope to them, and not so that they're lonely.
That's awesome. They want to be big sisters. Brighton, they want to be big sisters. They want to give hope to the world, hope to the generations. Anyone else?
I'll go ahead and take it from here just a little bit. So Tellusbox is going to be tested in schools, elementary schools, high schools at first when it comes out. And my goal is to actually allow younger kids, like people, to actually share. We know we all been in high school and there's a lot of gossips going on, and we don't know the truth and we don't know the answers. So maybe sometimes when we are confused, when we feel alone, we can share on that platform, and we have that option to either share it anonymously or just have your handle attached to it, which people are going to know who you are, but then they will be able to better help you. Let's say if the headmaster or the school teacher or any counselors stumble upon that thought of yours and be like, hey, maybe I can help you with this. And then you're getting the help you need, rather than keeping it inside that box for years and then you don't know what that may do, So yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Tellusbox, Alexa, AI, Big Sister, and all you guys trying to make a change and trying to make positive things happen in this world. I thank you personally, because we need it, right? We need it. We don't want to be seeing right now in pictures or people that lives in, California or those areas with the wildfire. You don't want to see, your neighborhood looks like a movie. The movies should just be a movie. We need to take care of our environment, and we need to take care of each other. We need to be able to hug each other again, and if somebody's feeling bad, please cheer them up, find a way to cheer them up, and let's continue to speak positivity into each other, right?
Yeah.
I think we need to leave with the song we came in with. Don't you guys think so?
Yeah.
Yep.
We all have to sing it on our own though, because then the song will come on. Ready? Dun, dun, dun.
Come on, guys. Hey.
Thank you, guys.
Again, we want to apologize for the technical difficulties at the beginning. We will be uploading this to YouTube so that you guys can watch it again or share it out with whoever you know that had to miss it. Thanks for joining us and being a part of Denver Startup Week.